Have you ever found yourself in that frustrating position? Maybe pouring your heart and soul into your work, consistently delivering excellent results.
Wow, yeah.
Only to watch others seem to just leapfrog ahead in their careers. It feels like effortless speed sometimes.
It's so common, isn't it? So many people feel that way.
Right. We're kind of taught that hard work and competence, well, those are the keys to advancement.
That's the traditional wisdom, definitely.
But often, the reality doesn't quite match up. You see talented people plateau, while others seem to unlock some, secret pathway to rapid progression and, higher compensation. What is that secret?
Well, that's what we're diving into.
Welcome to the deep dive, where we sift through the noise, stack up the insights, and really try to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge for you.
And today, we're taking that deep dive into the Velocity Report, accelerated career advancement and maximum compensation.
Yeah, and this isn't just like another set of generic career tips.
Not at all.
Think of it more as a strategic blueprint. It's meticulously crafted, designed to demystify rapid professional growth in today's, incredibly dynamic and often really competitive landscape.
It's definitely a different world out there now.
So our mission for you today, the discerning learner, is to really dismantle that myth of the passive high performer.
The one who just keeps their head down and works hard.
Exactly. We want to equip you with a data-driven framework that makes it abundantly clear. Promotions. They aren't just about how well you do your job in isolation.
Right. It's more complex.
They're a strategic blend of observable behavior, a consciously cultivated mindset, and importantly, methodical relationship building.
A whole package.
Consider this deep dive your shortcut, maybe, to becoming an active architect of your own ascent, not just a passive passenger waiting for someone else to open the next door.
Taking control. I like that.
The Velocity Report frames career progression as this active, managed process. And it's structured into 4 comprehensive parts that we'll explore today.
Okay, let's break it down.
We'll kick things off with part 1, the High Performers Operating System. This is about the foundational traits and essential mindsets for sustained excellence.
The groundwork.
And then we'll transition to part 2, the Promotion Playbook. This lays out the tactical maneuvers you need to translate that internal excellence into, vertical mobility and recognition.
Making it visible.
Next up, we'll decode part 3, the Compensation Code. It's a systematic guide to securing those top-tier salaries and rewards that genuinely reflect your value.
Getting paid what you're worth. Crucial.
And finally, we'll wrap up with part 4, the strategic skill stack, identifying the specific hard and soft skills that truly power this entire framework and, keep you ahead of the curve.
The tools you need.
Okay, let's unpack this blueprint for career velocity and discover how you can start applying these insights today.
Sounds good. And it's so important to recognize, I think, that the report really emphasizes that the traditional model, this idea that quiet competence will inevitably be rewarded.
Yeah, the old chestnut.
It's, in many modern organizations, largely obsolete. The corporate landscape today is just incredibly complex. It's noisy.
There's much going on.
Exactly. Simply doing good work, while it's absolutely foundational,
You have to do it.
it just isn't enough on its own to genuinely stand out anymore. And that's precisely why this structured, intentional approach is so incredibly valuable.
I completely agree. And it all begins, as the report puts it, with cultivating the high performers operating system. It's not about, a single action you take, is it? It's more about building this deeply ingrained internal system
like software.
for how you process information, how you approach tasks, and ultimately how you respond to your entire professional environment. It's almost like updating your internal software for peak performance.
Making sure you're running on the most efficient, effective programming. Precisely. This isn't just about adopting a few good habits.
Right.
It's about establishing the very DNA of excellence within your professional approach, as the report so aptly phrases it.
So if we're talking about an operating system, what's the absolute critical core application? The one that needs to be installed first. What's the non-negotiable foundation?
The report identifies it as reliability and mastery.
Okay.
Think of it as the ultimate table stakes in any professional arena. You simply cannot even enter the conversation for accelerated promotion without consistently delivering high-quality work.
So it's the entry fee.
Absolutely. High achievers don't just meet expectations, they consistently exceed them. They build a reputation for true mastery and, crucially, unimpeachable reliability.
Your word becomes your bond kind of thing.
Exactly.
So it's not enough to be good. You have to be consistently good, predictably good over and over. What are the specific behaviors then that build this kind of, ironclad reliability?
Well, the report highlights a few key behavioral indicators. First, meticulousness.
Meticulous, no?
And this isn't about being overly pedantic or slow. It's about rigorous, almost obsessive attention to detail.
Getting the details right.
Your work should be thorough, accurate, consistently error-free. Think of it this way. A single typo on a crucial report. It isn't just a typo.
Right. It looks sloppy.
It's a tiny crack in your reliability armor. Meticulousness is about sealing those cracks before they ever appear. Because once trust is broken, it's incredibly hard to rebuild.
Makes sense.
What else?
Second, there's ownership. Ownership, taking responsibility.
Exactly. Top performers take full, undeniable accountability for results, whether they succeed brilliantly or, encounter a setback.
No finger pointing.
None. This willingness to own the outcome, to not look for excuses, is a clear and powerful hallmark of true leadership potential.
I can see that. And the last one.
Finally, all these behaviors are underpinned by a strong work ethic. This means possessing a deep sense of responsibility, unwavering discipline, excellent organization.
It's just being professional.
It's approaching your duties with a seriousness of purpose that naturally inspires confidence and, quiet assurance in those around you, including your managers.
Okay, so these aren't just vague virtues then. They're very specific, observable behaviors that managers can actually see and appreciate.
That's the key. Observable.
So how do these reliability behaviors translate into a strategic advantage for career advancement? It's not just about being seen as good.
Well, what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how reliability isn't just a virtue, it's a strategic asset. It actually compounds into significant opportunities.
How so?
Opportunities for greater autonomy and visibility. Think about it. When a manager consistently sees an employee meeting deadlines, delivering high-quality output without needing hand-holding, and taking full accountability, it creates this predictable, highly valued pattern of excellence.
Right. They know what to expect.
That predictability is the very definition of reliability. And the beauty of this is that a manager who implicitly trusts you to deliver quality work on time, they don't need to micromanage you.
It's huge. Less oversight.
That earned trust is what buys you greater autonomy. And maybe more importantly, it naturally makes you the logical, low-risk choice for those higher-stakes, more visible projects.
The ones that get you noticed.
Precisely the assignments that serve as crucial gateways to promotion. If we, zoom out a bit and connect this to the bigger picture, it underscores how your daily, seemingly small actions are continuously building or maybe eroding your trust credit with management.
Like a bank account.
It's a cumulative effect, exactly, like depositing into a trust account every day.
That makes so much sense. It's not about being handed bigger projects. It's about earning the trust that leads to those projects.
You got it.
But the report also makes it clear that consistent performance, while it's foundational, isn't enough on its own. A passive mindset,
even for a reliable performer,
can lead to stagnation. So beyond this rock-solid reliability, what's the engine? What really drives advancement?
That's where proactivity and a growth-oriented mindset become absolutely crucial. The report emphasizes that top performers are never passive recipients of assignments. They are active agents who proactively shape their roles and eagerly seek out new challenges.
And I found it really striking that the report specifically calls out proactivity and initiative as the single most cited characteristic for rapid promotion.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it?
That's a massive insight. It means it's not about waiting to be told what to do.
No.
It's about seeing what needs to be done.
Precisely. It's identifying emerging problems, not just, observing them,
and
then presenting well-considered solutions. It's volunteering for those challenging projects, especially the ones that might fall outside your immediate job description.
Showing you're willing to stretch.
It demonstrates a clear willingness to take on more responsibility, and it sends this powerful, unmistakable signal of leadership potential and a deep commitment to the organization's overarching success.
It signals you're not just executing tasks. You're thinking like an owner. Okay, so it's about seeing the problem, envisioning the solution, and then stepping up to own it. What fuels this kind of relentless proactivity, though? What's underneath?
At its core, it's fueled by a growth mindset.
The growth mindset. We hear that term a lot.
We do, and it's the fundamental belief that abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits. They can be developed and enhanced through dedication, hard work, persistent learning.
So I'm just not good at that.
Exactly the opposite. Professionals with this mindset are truly lifelong learners. They exhibit this voracious thirst for knowledge and are constantly striving to expand their skill sets.
And how does feedback fit in?
A critical manifestation of this growth mindset, as the report powerfully points out, is how they approach feedback.
Okay.
Instead of viewing criticism as like a personal attack, which is a common human reaction,
Which stings.
they actively seek it out from managers, from peers. They truly see it as a valuable gift, an unparalleled opportunity to learn, grow, and continuously improve their performance.
Wow, reframing criticism as a gift.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It's a very pragmatic and effective approach to self-improvement.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me. The strategic implication of all this. Proactivity, growth mindset.
Yeah.
The report describes taking initiative as a distinct form of professional risk-taking. It's not just about dutifully doing your job.
Right. There's risk involved.
Think about it. Volunteering for a struggling project, suggesting a completely new process that might, fail.
Could blow up in your face.
Or tackling a problem that isn't explicitly your job, involves expending effort with no guaranteed reward, and a very real possibility of failure. But leadership roles are fundamentally about managing uncertainty and taking calculated risks.
Always.
So by doing this at your current level, you're essentially performing a live simulation of higher-level decision-making.
You're showing, not telling.
You're demonstrating those crucial psychological traits, ownership, problem-solving, resilience, that are absolutely essential for leadership.
Which management needs to see.
This effectively de-risks the promotion decision for management, doesn't it? It makes you a far more compelling candidate because you're proving your capability before you even get the title.
Exactly. You're auditioning.
It's a total game changer for how you approach your day-to-day work. It transforms every challenge into an audition.
That concept of de-risking the promotion for management is incredibly insightful. It shifts the burden of proof from abstract potential, can they do it?
Yeah, the guessing game.
To concrete, observable actions. They're already doing it and doing it well. It's a powerful argument to make.
But professional environments are rarely smooth sailing, right? They're full of challenges, unexpected setbacks, even outright failures.
Oh, absolutely. It's inevitable.
So how does this high performers operating system prepare you to not just survive, but truly thrive through that adversity?
That's where the resilience protocol comes powerfully into play.
Resilience protocol. Sounds serious.
Well, the ability to not just endure, but to thrive in competitive, demanding environments is a key differentiator among top performers. Resilience, as the report defines it, isn't just about being tough. It's more like a meticulously crafted psychological protocol for effectively navigating adversity, recovering from setbacks, and crucially, continuing to move forward.
So how does that resilience manifest in observable behaviors? What would a manager actually see?
Well, resilient professionals are, first and foremost, highly adaptable.
Adaptable. Okay.
They pivot quickly and effectively in response to changing technologies, shifting market dynamics, or sudden organizational restructuring. They tend to embrace change as an opportunity rather than resisting it.
I don't fight it.
And crucially, they actively reframe failure. They view setbacks not as insurmountable obstacles or, personal failing.
It's just easy to do.
But as invaluable learning opportunities. This fail-forward-fast mentality, where mistakes are meticulously analyzed as data points for improvement, is absolutely essential for sustained innovation and long-term success.
Learn from it and move on.
They also excel at emotional regulation, maintaining a positive, professional, level-headed demeanor even during periods of high stress or after a significant project failure.
Staying cool under pressure.
You won't often find them complaining or succumbing to negativity. They stay calm. When setbacks inevitably occur, they are inherently solution-oriented.
Not dwelling on the problem.
Immediately shifting focus from dwelling on mistakes or assigning blame to objectively analyzing what went wrong, extracting actionable lessons, and formulating new plans of attack.
Looking forward.
And finally, top performers implicitly understand the direct, undeniable link between their personal well-being and their sustained performance. They proactively manage their health, sleep, exercise, work-life balance to actively prevent burnout and sustain high output over the long term.
That makes perfect sense. It's not about being emotionless, is it? It's about actively managing your emotions constructively so they don't derail your progress.
Exactly.
And the report makes a critical connection between resilience and the growth mindset, doesn't it? They seem almost like two sides of the same coin.
They absolutely are, intertwined. A growth mindset, by its very definition, requires embracing challenges and learning from failure.
Right.
However, the act of failing is often inherently psychologically painful. It frequently triggers feelings of shame, inadequacy, self-doubt.
Yeah, it's tough.
Resilience is the indispensable emotional toolkit that empowers individuals to process these negative emotions constructively.
The toolkit, I like that.
It involves sophisticated cognitive reframing, seeing the setback as temporary and isolated, not a reflection of your overall worth, practicing self-compassion instead of debilitating self-criticism,
Being kind to yourself.
and maintaining an unwavering focus on long-term goals. Without resilience, the psychological pain of failure would just reinforce a fixed mindset. You'd think, I failed, therefore I'm just not good enough.
Yeah.
With resilience, that pain is processed effectively. The primary takeaway becomes the invaluable lesson learned, which in turn powerfully reinforces the growth mindset. Okay, I failed because the strategy was flawed. Now I can build a better, more robust one.
I see the loop.
This really brings up a crucial point. How do you actively build this emotional toolkit? It's not something you're just born with or without.
Right, it's a skill.
It's about consciously developing strategies to process setbacks. It's the engine that makes the continuous cycle of calculated risk-taking, inevitable failure, and profound learning truly sustainable throughout what will likely be a demanding and challenging career.
So what's the actionable takeaway here for you, the listener? It means building this internal foundation that is rock solid. A high-performers operating system grounded in reliability, proactive initiative, and genuine resilience.
That core system, right?
These aren't just desirable habits. They are strategic acts that fundamentally prepare you, mentally and professionally, for the next level of responsibility and opportunity.
They build trust, demonstrate potential,
and empower you to thrive through inevitable challenges. Now, with that robust internal operating system firmly in place, let's pivot our attention. How do you translate that internal excellence into external recognition and, most importantly, concrete promotion?
Moving outwards now.
We're moving from the internal mindset to external strategic action with the Promotion Playbook.
And as we transition, it's worth remembering that even with the most finely tuned internal operating system, without deliberate and strategic external actions, your immense value may unfortunately remain unseen. That's precisely why this next section is so absolutely critical. It's about bridging that gap.
Exactly. The core concept of the Promotion Playbook is this. Possessing high-performer traits is absolutely necessary.
Table stakes, like we said.
But it is not sufficient for accelerated advancement. You need deliberate tactical strategies to translate that underlying value into recognized potential and ultimately a promotion.
You need the playbook.
This playbook focuses on 4 crucial elements: enhancing your visibility, mastering strategic alignment, cultivating your influence network, and proactive career management.
Okay, let's start with visibility. The Velocity Report is incredibly clear on this point. The single most common career-limiting mistake professionals make
What is it?
is simply assuming that excellent work speaks for itself.
The build it and they will come fallacy.
Exactly. It's a harsh truth the report lays bare. If your performance isn't seen by the key decision makers, it might as well not exist for promotion purposes.
Ouch.
But true. Promotions, frankly, are based as much on perception and astute political awareness as they are on pure merit. So you simply can't leave your visibility to chance.
So if being quietly brilliant isn't enough, what are the core tactics? How do you cultivate this crucial visibility?
Well, one of the cornerstone tactics the report highlights is systematic documentation.
Document everything.
Diligently keeping a detailed brag book, their term of your accomplishments. Focusing rigorously on quantifiable results wherever humanly possible.
Numbers again.
Concrete numbers: revenue generated, costs saved, efficiency improvements, time reduced. These aren't just vague achievements. They provide irrefutable, data-driven evidence of your specific value.
And then you have to actually share them, right?
Yeah.
That's where I think many people stumble. It feels awkward.
Absolutely. That's the second tactic: strategic communication. You must proactively share these documented accomplishments with your manager.
When?
During your regular one-on-ones, during progress updates, and especially informal performance reviews. But here's the key. This isn't about boastful self-aggrandizement or talking about how great you are.
Right, don't be that person.
It's about providing factual, data-driven updates on the positive impact of your work. It's what the report cleverly calls strategic bragging.
Strategic bragging, I like it. What about beyond just those one-on-one updates? How do you become visible to a wider audience, like senior leaders?
Active contribution in meetings is crucial for broader visibility.
Speak up.
Make your presence and your insights felt. Speak up, share thoughtful comments, confidently offer your expertise when relevant.
Ask good questions.
Critically, yes. Ask insightful, probing questions that demonstrate deeper engagement, critical thinking, and a grasp of the bigger picture. That definitely captures the attention of senior leaders.
And in today's world, it's not just physical presence.
Exactly. In this hybrid world, it extends to both physical and digital presence. Being present in the office offers crucial face time with senior leaders, those informal opportunities for visibility.
That water cooler effect? Kind of.
Yeah. And cultivating a professional brand on platforms like LinkedIn, sharing knowledge and insights, can build a reputation beyond your immediate team.
And there was one more tactic.
Yes, a particularly sophisticated and effective one, amplifying others' accomplishments.
Praising colleagues. How does that help you?
Publicly recognize colleagues' contributions, offer genuine praise, share their successes. This builds immense goodwill and often encourages reciprocity. It effectively creates a network of peers who are more likely to highlight your successes in return.
So they brag for you.
Often in rooms you're not even in.
Okay, let's unpack this visibility paradox you mentioned. The report points out that overt, aggressive bragging can completely backfire, right? Alienate people. Yet remaining silent ensures you'll be overlooked by decision makers. So what's the elegant solution to this dilemma? How do you thread that needle?
The elegant solution lies in mastering indirect, value-framed communication.
Okay, how does that work?
Instead of declaring, "I am great," you frame your contributions in terms of objective data and the impact on the business. The process I redesigned reduced project delivery time by 15%,
Focus on the outcome.
which translates to a significant saving for the department. The data makes the case for you, not your ego.
Are there other indirect methods?
Yeah, things like asking a senior leader for advice on a complex strategic problem or posing insightful strategic questions in a group setting. These signal competence and deep engagement without direct self-praise.
Subtle signals.
But as you alluded to, the most advanced technique is truly creating a system where others champion you.
The network effect.
By forming strong, authentic alliances and proactively promoting the work of your peers, you create a powerful network of advocates who will naturally champion your contributions. It ensures your value is recognized widely, authentically throughout the organization.
So it's not about being the loudest voice.
No, it's about being incredibly smart and strategic with how you showcase your value, or even better, how you enable others to showcase it for you.
That's a truly powerful distinction. Okay, moving on to another crucial element of the playbook, the art of strategic alignment.
Yes.
The report says promotable employees link their individual success inextricably to the success of the organization, and perhaps even more critically, to the success of its leaders.
This is absolutely fundamental. Your individual success gets magnified exponentially when it directly contributes to the overarching success of the organization.
Makes sense. How do you achieve that alignment?
It involves aligning your efforts across two key layers. First, company goals.
The big picture stuff.
You need to move beyond the confines of your specific job description. Develop a deep understanding of the organization's broader mission, its strategic objectives, its North Star.
And then?
Then, you consciously frame your work to contribute directly to these overarching goals. Position yourself not just as an employee doing tasks, but as a strategic asset integral to the company's trajectory.
Okay, so it's about knowing the big picture and how your piece fits in, not just focusing on your own little corner. What's the second layer? You said it might be even more critical.
The second, and often more immediately impactful layer, is alignment with your manager's priorities.
Your direct boss.
Your manager's primary objective, ultimately, is to achieve their own goals and be seen as successful by their superiors.
Right, they have pressures too.
The fastest, most effective way to become indispensable to your manager and thus accelerate your own path is to understand precisely how your manager is evaluated. What are their KPIs? What pressures do they face right now?
Get inside their head a bit.
Then, proactively align your work to directly help them succeed and hit their targets. Making your boss look good is one of the most powerful and often overlooked levers for your own promotion.
Wow, that's a truth bomb right there. It flicks the dynamic from being...
It creates a genuine win-win scenario.
So how do you actually put that into practice? What are the tactical steps? Give me an example.
The report suggests two primary tactics. First, selecting high-impact projects.
Be picky.
Strategically, yes. Instead of passively accepting every task that comes your way, strategically seek out and, crucially, volunteer for projects that are highly visible, directly profitable, or of key strategic importance to the company.
Like what?
For instance, stepping up to turn around a struggling but high-profile project. Even if it's challenging, success there can have a disproportionate positive impact on your reputation and perceived value.
High risk, high reward, maybe. What's the second tactic?
Always position yourself as a problem solver, not just a problem identifier.
Don't just bring problems, bring solutions.
Exactly. When an issue arises, don't just escalate it to your manager. Take the initiative to analyze the problem thoroughly and, crucially, propose viable solutions before you present it to them.
Shows initiative.
It demonstrates foresight, initiative, and a respect for their time. It signals immediate readiness for leadership roles.
And what's the ultimate strategic outcome of this kind of deep alignment? What's the big payoff?
This deep strategic alignment transforms you from a mere direct report into an invaluable strategic partner.
A partner, not just an employee.
Your manager develops a vested interest in not only retaining you, but actively developing and promoting you. Their role subtly shifts from being just your boss to becoming your sponsor.
Sponsor. That sounds important.
An influential advocate who proactively champions your promotion in crucial closed-door talent discussions and succession planning meetings.
And this isn't out of pure altruism, you said?
No, typically not. It's because it's demonstrably in their own strategic interest for you to succeed. If we connect this to the broader landscape of career growth, it highlights how advancement is fundamentally about perceived value. By consistently helping your manager succeed, you're not just doing your job well, you're creating a powerful incentive for them to invest deeply in your growth and literally pull you up the ladder with them.
That's such a crucial distinction. A sponsor talks about you in rooms you're not in.
Precisely.
And speaking of powerful networks, the report dives into the influence network, building relationships that power your ascent. It emphasizes that career acceleration is rarely a solo endeavor.
No, it's truly a team sport. Sustained success and rapid advancement come from effectively leveraging a strategic network of allies, mentors, and sponsors.
Building a web.
It's about consciously constructing a robust web of influence, support, and critical information that amplifies your efforts and proactively opens doors to new opportunities you might never find on your own.
And the report breaks down this essential network into 3 distinct yet interconnected tiers. What's the foundational level?
The foundation is internal peer networking.
Your colleagues.
Building genuine collaborative relationships with colleagues both within and outside your immediate team and department. Offering help when you can, consistently being a reliable team player, sharing valuable information freely. This builds significant social capital.
Social capital, okay.
This social capital facilitates smoother cross-functional projects and provides invaluable access to crucial organizational intelligence, the stuff that often doesn't flow through formal channels. The grapevine, sometimes.
Got it. What's the next tier up, building on that peer foundation?
The next tier is mentorship.
Finding a guide.
High achievers don't passively wait for a mentor to be assigned to them. They proactively seek out experienced professionals whose career paths they admire and whose wisdom they respect.
Be proactive about it.
Mentors offer invaluable guidance, personalized feedback on your strengths and areas for growth, help you identify critical skill gaps, and share their hard-won wisdom on navigating complex organizational politics and unspoken rules.
So a mentor talks with you.
Exactly, compressing years of trial and error into focused, actionable lessons.
And the highest tier, as we touched on earlier, is sponsorship. This is where the real acceleration happens, isn't it?
Yes, sponsorship is the highest and arguably most impactful tier. A sponsor is a senior, influential individual within the organization.
Someone with clout.
Who actively advocates for your advancement during talent reviews, succession planning meetings, and other key decision-making forums where your name might not otherwise even be considered.
Yeah, you said sponsorship is earned.
While mentorship can often be sought directly, true sponsorship is almost always earned. It's typically earned by making a powerful individual, very often your direct manager, as we discussed, highly successful.
Comes back to alignment.
It often does. A sponsor talks about you with conviction and influence in rooms you are not in, leveraging their own reputation to advance yours.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? The report brilliantly calls a strategically constructed network a career multiplier. How does that work?
Well, your individual impact is inherently limited by your own knowledge and effort, right? But a strong, well-cultivated network shatters that limitation. It provides invaluable insider knowledge about evolving industry trends, strategic shifts within your company.
Intel.
It plugs you into the hidden job market where many of the most exciting opportunities are never publicly advertised.
The unposted job.
And it provides you with powerful champions in the power corridors of your organization. Each quality connection isn't just an entry in your contact list.
It's more than that.
It exponentially multiplies your potential for visibility, for new opportunities, and for accelerated advancement.
So it means shifting your mindset about networking.
Yeah.
It's not just a nice-to-have social activity.
No, it's a fundamental strategic tool for amplifying the reach and impact of your invaluable work. It's truly a career multiplier.
Okay, powerful stuff. And that strategic network leads directly into the final pillar of the Promotion Playbook: proactive career and performance management.
Driving your own trajectory.
This is about taking radical ownership, right?
Oh.
Not passively waiting for annual reviews or just hoping someone notices your good work.
Precisely. Top performers fundamentally understand that they must be the single most invested person in their own advancement. They don't just react to events. They actively manage their performance narrative and proactively drive the promotion conversation themselves.
Be the CEO of your own career.
That's a great way to put it.
So how do they actually do that? What are the key tactics? What does it look like?
It begins with a surprisingly simple yet incredibly powerful step: stating your intent.
Just telling them.
It's a common error to assume your manager implicitly knows you desire a promotion. High achievers are explicit. They schedule direct conversations, clearly stating their ambition to advance.
Okay.
And crucially, they ask the pivotal question: what specifically do I need to do to get to the next level?
Asking for the roadmap.
This transforms a vague hope into a tangible, actionable project with clear objectives.
That makes so much sense. It immediately sets clear expectations and gives you that roadmap. What's the next step after having that direct conversation?
You then create a measurable promotion path.
Make it concrete.
This means collaborating closely with your manager to define concrete skills, specific experiences, and quantifiable performance metrics required to bridge the gap between your current role and the desired one.
So it's objective.
It converts the entire promotion process from subjective judgment into an objective, milestone-driven plan. And the most powerful way to execute this plan, and this is truly brilliant, is to perform the next job now.
Do the job before you get the job.
Rather than waiting for the title change, top performers proactively seek out and eagerly take on responsibilities of the higher level role. They volunteer for those stretch assignments that serve as a real-world trial run, a live simulation for the position they're targeting.
Can you give an example?
Sure. If you're an analyst aiming for a senior analyst role, maybe start proactively leading small projects or mentoring junior team members' responsibilities, a senior analyst handles.
Got it. And feedback.
And throughout this entire process, they actively seek and visibly implement feedback. They don't wait for formal reviews. They consistently request constructive feedback from managers, mentors, peers. And most importantly, they visibly demonstrate that they are acting on that feedback. This shows an unwavering commitment to growth and continuous improvement.
Okay, let's unpack this concept of performing the next job now. It's brilliant because it completely removes the guesswork for your manager, doesn't it?
Totally.
You're essentially saying, don't promote me based on some abstract potential. Promote me based on what I'm already doing and clearly excelling at.
Exactly. This approach constitutes a preemptive promotion strategy. The traditional model involves performing well in your current role A, eventually getting promoted to role B, and then learning the new responsibilities.
Which has risk.
Which always carries inherent risk for the manager. The fast-track model, as outlined in the report, cleverly inverts this. While officially in Role A, you proactively demonstrate competence in Role B's key responsibilities, taking on those higher-level tasks and excelling. This fundamentally de-risks the promotion decision for your manager. They're no longer taking a gamble on whether you can handle the new role.
Because you've shown them.
You've already provided concrete, observable evidence that you can. By first stating your clear intent and then systematically demonstrating the required capabilities, you powerfully shift the dynamic.
How so?
The conversation isn't about you asking for a promotion anymore. It's about the organization needing to formally recognize the value you're already providing by adjusting your title and compensation to match.
So the promotion becomes...
The promotion essentially becomes a lagging indicator of a reality you have already created. So, it prompts the question for you, the listener. Are you actively managing your career, or are you passively waiting for it to happen to you? The promotion readiness checklist from the report serves as an excellent self-assessment tool for exactly this.
That's useful.
If we connect this to the broader arc of career acceleration, it shows that the visibility, alignment, and network you diligently build all culminate in your powerful ability to proactively drive your own promotion.
Okay, it all fits together.
Now, with that promotion on the horizon or maybe already secured, let's talk about how to make sure the promotion comes with the compensation you truly deserve.
Yes, let's get paid.
We'll dive into the compensation code.
That's a perfect segue. Because getting the promotion is certainly a huge victory, but making sure you're properly compensated for that new responsibility and your updated market value, that's a whole other strategic game.
It really is.
This is part 3, the compensation code, and it's a disciplined process of meticulous preparation, strategic negotiation, and crucial psychological framing.
And the Velocity report is absolutely unequivocal on this. The outcome of a salary negotiation is overwhelmingly determined by the quality and thoroughness of the preparation that precedes it.
Prep is key.
Top negotiators don't improvise or just wing it. They enter the conversation armed with a data-driven, evidence-backed case that makes their value undeniable. This is what the report calls the pre-negotiation dossier.
Building an unassailable case sounds impressive.
It needs to be.
So where do you even begin to build this unassailable dossier? What's step 1?
The first non-negotiable step is comprehensive market research.
Know your worth.
You must know your market worth inside and out. This means diligently using platforms like PayScale, Glassdoor, LinkedIn Salary
Usual suspects.
to determine the accurate salary range for your specific role, considering your experience level, your industry, your geographic location, all those factors.
And company specifics.
If possible, yes. Supplement this external data with any understanding you can gain about your target company's internal compensation structure, like their pay bands for similar roles. Knowledge truly is power here.
Okay, market research done. But it's not enough to know the market. You have to prove your specific value within that market, right? How do you do that?
Exactly. The second and perhaps most impactful step is to quantify your wins.
The brag book again.
This is where your meticulously kept brag book from the visibility section becomes a potent financial tool. The focus here must be on translating your achievements into the universal language of business. Hard numbers.
Be specific.
Don't just vaguely state, I improved the workflow efficiency. No. Articulate it precisely. I led the implementation of new project management software that reduced report generation time by 40%.
Okay.
Directly saving the team approximately 20 hours per month, which translates to X dollars in productivity gains annually.
That's powerful. A quantifiable assertion of your direct value and ROI. And then you have to determine your actual numbers, your targets before you even get to the table, right? To avoid making emotional decisions in the moment.
Yes, that's the final crucial preparation step. Determine your numbers with absolute clarity.
What numbers specifically?
Based on your thorough market research and your impressive quantifiable wins, you need 2 key figures firmly in mind. A target salary.
Oh, our deal number.
Which should be an ambitious yet justifiable specific number, and a minimum acceptable salary.
Your walkaway point.
Or absolute walkaway point. Having this crystal clear financial boundary prevents emotional decision-making or accepting an offer below your true worth in the heat of a negotiation.
Smart. And the report highlights a critical mindset shift here too, doesn't it? Many people approach salary negotiation with genuine dread.
Oh, absolutely. They see it as uncomfortable or even like asking for a personal favor.
Yeah. Can I have more money, please? Feels weird.
That's a fundamental strategic error that can severely limit your earning potential. The conversation should never, ever be about your personal needs or your rent.
So how should you frame it?
Top negotiators skillfully reframe the entire discussion as a professional business transaction. You're not asking for a favor. You are confidently discussing the fair market price for the significant value you provide.
It's a business deal.
From the company's perspective, your higher salary is not an expense. It's a sound financial investment to acquire or retain a high-performing asset. That's you who will generate a return.
Flip the script.
This powerful reframing from a personal plea to a data-backed business case provides the psychological foundation for the confidence and emotional detachment required to negotiate effectively and dispassionately.
Here's where it gets really interesting. That idea of reframing negotiation from a personal plea to a clear, value-driven business transaction. It's not about your rent. It's about their return on investment in you.
Exactly.
That truly changes the entire dynamic and your posture in the conversation.
It absolutely does. And once that robust case is meticulously prepared, it's about the negotiation table. Tactical execution. The primary principle here, as the report emphasizes, is to control the flow of information and strategically frame the conversation from the outset.
And the single most important tactical maneuver the report mentions for nearly any negotiation. What is it?
Make them name a number first.
Don't show your cards too early.
Yes, this is paramount. When a recruiter or hiring manager asks for your salary expectations early in the process, you must deflect.
How? What do you say?
Responding with a number too early carries an immense risk of either leaving money on the table or pricing yourself out. A professional deflection focuses the conversation back on the value you bring, not a number.
Give me an example.
Something like, I'm not comfortable sharing a specific number at this stage as I'm still learning more about the full scope of the role. However, I am confident my skills and experience will bring significant value.
Right.
And I trust that you will extend a competitive offer that reflects that value and the responsibilities of the role.
Puts the ball back in their court.
It forces them to make the first offer, giving you a concrete starting point for your counter.
Okay, smart. What happens once you actually receive an offer? Is the immediate response to accept or reject?
No, absolutely not. Never react immediately. The immediate response should always be to express genuine gratitude and then ask for time to consider it.
Buy yourself time.
Something like, thank you so much for the generous offer. I'm genuinely excited about this opportunity. I'd appreciate a day or two to thoroughly review it.
Why is that so important?
It prevents an impulsive reaction, allows you to objectively evaluate the offer against your predetermined numbers, and provides the necessary space to meticulously plan a strategic counteroffer.
And how should you deliver that counter?
The report then highly recommends conducting the counteroffer via email.
Email, not phone.
Email. It allows for careful construction of a well-reasoned argument, ensures your message is precisely articulated and reaches all decision makers in your own words, and crucially, avoids the pressure of a live, on-the-spot negotiation.
Less pressure, more control. Makes sense. And that counteroffer itself, how precise should it be? A range?
No range. It should always be for a specific, ambitious number. Vague ranges are largely ineffective and signal a lack of research. A precise figure, for example, $117,500 rather than around $115,000, signals you've done your research and are serious. A strong counter is typically 10-20% above the initial offer.
Okay. And the report mentioned bracketing. What's that?
Ah, yes, a sophisticated technique called bracketing. If an initial offer is, say, $100,000 and your ideal target is $115,000,
right,
you might counter at $125,000. This higher anchor frames your true target, $115K, as the reasonable midpoint. It makes it psychologically easier for the employer to split the difference and meet you closer to your desired number.
Clever psychology. What if the base salary itself is inflexible? They say, that's the number, take it or leave it, is the negotiation over?
No, absolutely not. This is critical. Remember to negotiate beyond the base salary.
What else is there?
If the base figure proves inflexible, pivot immediately to other forms of valuable compensation. Think a one-time signing bonus, an increased performance bonus structure, additional paid time off, a dedicated budget for professional development, a more senior job title, which sets a higher baseline for future raises and opportunities, or even a commitment to an earlier, say, 6-month performance and salary review.
Lots of levers to pull.
These can often add substantial value to your overall compensation package without impacting that fixed base.
And the report states that time is your greatest strategic ally here, which I found really interesting. How does that work?
It truly is. Employers are typically on a much tighter timeline to fill a crucial role than you are to accept it.
They want to close the deal.
By politely asking for time to review an offer, you subtly shift the psychological pressure onto them. The more time and resources they have invested in you as their chosen candidate interviews, background checks, whatever,
they're invested,
the more motivated they become to close the deal on terms that are favorable enough for you to accept. Patience, in this context, is not passive. It is a very active and powerful negotiation tactic.
Use their urgency to your advantage.
This raises an important consideration for you, the listener. Are you potentially leaving money on the table simply by not asking for that crucial time, or by not countering strategically?
Good question.
If we zoom out a bit, negotiation isn't just about getting more money. It's a powerful statement about valuing your own contribution and confidently aligning your compensation with both the market and the significant impact you're already demonstrating and will continue to bring.
That brings us to the psychology of the ask, projecting confidence. The report emphasizes that effective negotiators are simultaneously firm in their requests while remaining relentlessly polite and enthusiastic. That seems like a tricky balance to strike.
It is, but it's absolutely key. You begin by framing the conversation positively from the outset. Express genuine gratitude, genuine excitement for the opportunity.
Start positive.
Position the negotiation not as a conflict or a demand, but as a collaborative effort to arrive at a compensation package that makes both parties feel genuinely valued, motivated, and invested in mutual success.
We're working together on this.
And your language should consistently focus on their gain, how your higher salary is actually their smart investment in securing the solutions to their problems and achieving their critical goals.
Frame it as value for them.
You're not asking for money, you're discussing the value you deliver.
And the report talks about two powerful sources of leverage here: external offers and internal mindset. How do those play in?
Absolutely. Having competing offers from other companies provides undeniable social proof of your market demand. It gives you immense leverage.
Makes you a hot commodity.
Exactly. However, even without competing offers, you can cultivate a powerful internal state through an abundance mindset.
What does that involve?
This involves consciously working to identify and reprogram any subconscious limiting beliefs you might hold about money and your own self-worth. Things like, I'm not worthy of a higher salary, or they'll just say no.
That negative self-talk.
Techniques like positive affirmations, maybe silently repeating, I am a valuable asset and my salary reflects my worth. And consistent visualization of a successful negotiation can help instill a genuine, unshakable belief in your own value.
So the inner game matters.
Massively.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means that the soft internal work of building self-worth, belief, and confidence is inextricably linked to the hard tactical work of negotiation.
One enables the other.
It creates a powerful, virtuous feedback loop for success. The internal work builds authentic confidence, which then enables you to engage in robust, data-driven negotiation. Successful negotiation then provides powerful external validation.
Proof that you're right.
Which reinforces those positive internal beliefs. And this, in turn, fuels your future growth and earning potential. So next time you feel that familiar trepidation about asking for what you're worth, think about this powerful connection.
It's a cycle. And as the salary negotiation script framework in the report powerfully illustrates, mastering these tactical responses while simultaneously maintaining a confident, value-oriented mindset is absolutely key to securing top-tier compensation.
Okay.
Now, all these strategies we've discussed, building your operating system, mastering the promotion playbook, negotiating your worth, are fundamentally powered by one crucial element.
What's that?
Your skills. Let's explore the strategic skill stack that underpins everything and keeps you indispensable.
All right, that brings us to part 4, the strategic skill stack. The core concept here is that all the previous strategies we've discussed are powered by a specific in-demand portfolio of skills.
Can't do it without the right tools.
And the report makes it abundantly clear. Continuous, intentional skill development is no longer optional. It's an absolute non-negotiable for achieving true career velocity.
Things change too fast now. Exactly. And the report makes a critical distinction between hard and soft skills. It states that while technical proficiency or hard skills are absolutely essential early in your career,
You have the basics.
soft skills become the primary differentiator for leadership and accelerated advancement. These aren't merely nice-to-haves. These are the interpersonal and cognitive abilities that govern how an individual effectively interacts, influences others, and adeptly navigates organizational complexity. This is the human element.
Mastering the soft skills of leadership and influence. What are some of these master soft skills that the report highlights as most impactful for career acceleration?
Well, the report highlights several. Communication is paramount, and this goes far beyond just speaking clearly.
More than just talking.
It encompasses persuasive oral and written expression, the ability to adapt your message for different audiences, and most critically, active and empathetic listening, truly understanding what others are saying and feeling.
Listening is key.
What else? Emotional intelligence, EQ, is another core competency. This involves the ability to perceive, understand, and effectively manage your own emotions,
That's awareness.
while accurately recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. EQ is the absolute foundation for building trust, resolving conflict constructively, and demonstrating genuine empathy. All hallmarks of effective leadership.
Essential for managing people.
Other vital soft skills include robust teamwork and collaboration abilities, ensuring you can work harmoniously and contribute to collective goals. Then there's critical thinking and problem solving.
Thinking skills.
Not just identifying issues, but analyzing complex situations, anticipating challenges, devising innovative solutions. And finally, adaptability, that crucial flexibility to thrive amidst constant change and uncertainty, seeing it as opportunity, not threat.
Being able to roll with the punches. And the report points out a fundamental shift here, doesn't it? A pivot in how success is actually defined as you progress higher in your career.
It's a profound shift. In junior roles, your success is largely measured by your individual technical contributions, your code, your analysis, your design.
What you produce yourself.
However, as you aspire to move into management and leadership, success is fundamentally redefined as the ability to achieve results through others.
Getting things done via the team.
This requires a completely different toolkit. The ability to motivate and inspire a team, influence cross-functional stakeholders who don't report to you, communicate a compelling vision, mediate complex conflicts. These are all functions of these soft skills.
So people skills.
The report argues that an over-reliance on purely technical hard skills can actually lead to career stagnation. You become a highly competent individual contributor,
The specialist.
perceived as a very good cog in the machine,
Yep.
but ultimately not viewed as a leader capable of scaling impact through people.
Okay, let's really unpack this.
Yeah.
The idea that the higher you go, the less it's about what you do yourself and more about what you enable others to do.
That's the essence of leadership scaling.
It's a fundamental pivot in what defines success, and it's powered entirely by these human-centric soft skills. It almost sounds counterintuitive at first glance.
It can seem that way, but it's a reality of modern organizations. However, soft skills alone aren't enough either. You also need the value multipliers.
Identifying and developing high-impact hard skills.
These are the specific, teachable, measurable competencies that allow you to perform a job. The most valuable hard skills, according to the report, are those that are difficult to automate and that directly impact the bottom line.
Things that make or save money or reduce risk.
Generating revenue, reducing costs, mitigating critical risks. Exactly.
So beyond the soft skills,
Yeah.
what are some of these high-value hard skills that consistently emerge across various industries as true value multipliers?
The report identifies several key categories. Data and analytics is arguably the most universally valuable now.
Data is everything.
Deep data analysis, compelling data visualization, business intelligence, proficiency with tools like Excel, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, the ability to transform raw, complex data into actionable business insights is critical.
Okay. What else?
Then there's technology and AI. A baseline of technical literacy is now essential. Understanding cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, GCP,
A cloud.
fundamental AML principles like prompt engineering, cybersecurity fundamentals, maybe programming languages like Python or JavaScript. Python, for instance, is huge across many fields now.
From automation to data science?
Project and process management skills are highly prized for executing complex initiatives effectively. Methodologies like Agile Scrum
Yeah.
or process automation tools like Zapier or Microsoft Power Automate, anything that makes things run smoother.
Makes sense. Business skills.
A strong understanding of business and finance is invaluable for any leadership role. Skills in financial modeling, data-driven financial analysis, budgeting, robust risk management.
Understanding the numbers of the business.
And finally, digital marketing and sales, which directly drive customer acquisition and revenue. Things like SEO, CM, proficiency with CRM software like Salesforce or HubSpot,
Driving growth.
digital content creation, understanding the customer journey online.
It sounds like it's not just about having these skills individually, but how they work together, right? The report talks about a T-shaped professional profile. What does that mean?
Yes, that's where the powerful synergy of hard and soft skills comes in. The highest salaries and most senior roles are typically reserved for individuals who demonstrate a powerful combination of both.
Give me an example.
Okay. A data analyst with exceptional technical skills in SQL can certainly extract data, but one who combines that hard skill with soft skills like clear communication, compelling storytelling, sharp business acumen,
Yeah.
they can interpret that data, craft a powerful narrative around it, and present strategic recommendations to the C-suite that genuinely shape the company's future. Much more impactful.
So the soft skills amplify the hard skills.
Or another example. A project manager with hard skills in scheduling can keep a project on time. But one who layers on soft skills in leadership, negotiation, conflict resolution can successfully motivate a disengaged team, navigate difficult stakeholders, and rescue a failing project. The T-shaped profile perfectly embodies this.
Describe the T again.
It's deep, specialized expertise in one high-impact hard skill. That's the vertical bar of the T, combined with a broad, versatile base of universally applicable soft skills. That's the horizontal bar.
Got it. Deep and broad.
This combination enables the application of that expertise with maximum influence and impact across the organization. What's truly fascinating here is how the T-shaped professional becomes exponentially more valuable than someone with just one or the other.
More than the sum of its parts.
It's not just about accumulating individual skills, but understanding how they enable and amplify each other. This brings up a critical question for you. Are you consciously focusing on building just one leg of the T, or are you deliberately nurturing both?
That's a powerful question to ask yourself. And finally, the report gives us a practical framework for continuous skill acquisition. It states that skills, especially in today's fast-paced world, have an increasingly short half-life.
They expire quickly.
Making continuous learning less of a luxury and more of a career survival strategy.
Indeed. High achievers don't learn randomly or passively. They approach their skill development with the same strategic rigor and objective analysis they apply to their most important projects. It's a deliberate investment in themselves.
So what are the most effective methods for acquiring these in-demand skills, according to the report?
It outlines several effective approaches. Formal learning certainly plays a role, specialized training programs, online courses from platforms like Coursera or Udemy, respected professional certifications like a PMP or an AWS Solutions Architect cert.
Classes and certs.
Then there's practical application, where arguably the most profound learning occurs through direct, hands-on experience.
Learning by doing.
This means actively seeking out projects at work that specifically require you to use or develop new skills, volunteering for those stretch assignments that push you outside your comfort zone, or even initiating personal projects to apply new knowledge in a real-world context.
Get your hands dirty.
As we discussed earlier, mentorship and feedback are indispensable. Access to expert guidance and targeted, constructive feedback dramatically accelerates the learning curve by highlighting your blind spots and pointing you in the right direction.
Learn from others' experience.
And finally, staying current is essential. Proactively keeping up with industry trends through publications, specialized podcasts, conferences, active networking, anticipating future in-demand skills before they become mainstream.
Keep your ear to the ground.
You have to.
And the ultimate goal here is to treat your own skill development as your most important ongoing project, isn't it?
Exactly. The most effective professionals don't just passively collect skills, they build a strategic learning plan.
How does that work?
This begins with a clear end in mind, identifying the specific target role or promotion they are aiming for. Then, they meticulously work backward, analyzing job descriptions for that target role to identify the most frequently required hard and soft skills.
Reverse engineer it.
Next, they conduct a brutally candid self-assessment of their current skill set against this target list to pinpoint their most significant gaps.
Honest self-reflection.
Finally, and crucially, they create a personalized development plan that prioritizes acquiring the skills that close the most critical gaps and offer the highest return on investment for their specific career goals. It's a focused, results-driven approach to self-improvement.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means your own skill development isn't just something you dabble in on the side. It's genuinely your most important strategic project.
Treat it like one.
By approaching it with clear objectives and a relentless focus on measurable outcomes, you're not just collecting a list of capabilities, you're actively fueling your career velocity, making yourself indispensable and positioning yourself for inevitable advancement.
Taking control of your growth.
We've now navigated the velocity report and seen that accelerated career advancement and superior compensation. Well, they aren't the result of some secret shortcut, nor are they simply handed out.
No magic bullet.
They are the direct result of a holistic, integrated, and actively managed system that you can learn and implement.
It begins, as we explored, with the high performers operating system, your foundational commitment to reliability, proactive initiative, and genuine resilience. It's about operating with excellence from within.
Being highly competent and psychologically fortified. This robust internal foundation then enables the Promotion Playbook, the deliberate management of your visibility,
Getting seen.
the strategic alignment of your efforts with organizational and leadership priorities, and the proactive building of a powerful influence network. This playbook ensures that the immense value you create is not just produced, but seen, understood, and acknowledged by those who hold the keys.
And with that promotion secured, the compensation code ensures your financial rewards justly match your increased responsibility and market value.
Getting paid fairly.
Through meticulous preparation, data-driven justification, and the tactical application of negotiation principles, it's about converting your established professional value into maximum financial reward.
And underpinning this entire framework, providing the fuel for every strategy, is the strategic skill stack.
The engine.
The continuous, purposeful acquisition of high-impact hard skills, combined with the leadership-enabling soft skills that amplify your influence and, ultimately, your impact.
The power to truly accelerate your career trajectory lies firmly and undeniably with you, the listener. The rules of this professional game are knowable.
They're not secret.
And the strategies we've discussed are entirely learnable and actionable. It's about moving beyond passive hope and embracing the active, strategic management of your own professional journey.
So consider this provocative thought as we close. If the ultimate promotion is merely a formal recognition of the value you're already providing,
Which is what we argued earlier.
then what specific responsibility from your desired future role can you begin embodying and demonstrating today, right now?
Good question.
And how might proactively investing in that single skill or behavior de-risk your ascent and make your next promotion an inevitable formality?
Food for thought.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into accelerating your career. We truly hope this blueprint empowers you to take absolute control of your trajectory and start building a career defined not just by the passage of time,
But by velocity.
but by the undeniable velocity of your ascent. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.